How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to our journey over here in Elm Creek, where, as you can see, the star of today's episode is our log cabin. So yeah, the guys actually managed to finish this place up for us, guys. It is looking very nice, and I must say, it's definitely a whole lot more comfortable than the old caravan that we were staying in. So I guess let's maybe show you guys around on the inside around a little bit. It's not really much. It's just, you know, one of those places that I would like to call a pretty decent little cabin, and we've got pretty much a bed to sleep on over there, and we've got a little dining room table. But as you guys can see, Grandma loves playing chess, so we are going to be playing a whole lot of chess. And yeah, over there we've got a little kitchen, which isn't the biggest, but it's good enough. I mean, you know, for a guy who works on a farm, this is pretty much a luxurious kitchen, and we even got a little fire stove over there. So, yeah, well, this is the place, guys. Not really a whole lot to talk about in here, but at least got a water cooler, because as you guys know, it is sometimes a little bit scorching hot out there. So yeah, let's get this place closed up, guys. And yeah, well, there we go. There's our log cabin. And as you can see, we've also got ourselves a little bit of a carport for the Chevy C30 over here, which I think is going to just keep the truck a little bit cooler and, you know, out of the sun. So, yeah, that is actually, I'm actually quite happy with the way this little cabin turned out, guys. And we even got a little picnic table out here. So, yeah, that's actually pretty good. Alright, so I think what we're going to do now is, since the Chevy C30 is cleaned up a bit, we are going to move our pressure washer back to the yard. Just put it under the carport again, because, yeah, we're going to have to just push this thing everywhere we want to go with it. Alright, so let's go around this way, same way we came. And just see if we can actually get this thing back under the carport. So, in other news, we've also got our Fiat tractor, which we are going to be having a look at getting it sold, guys. Now, I've decided that, yeah, we don't really need two tractors on our little farm as yet. And also, the case tractor seems to be, you know, doing a pretty decent job with everything that we've thrown at it so far. So, for that reason, our little Fiat tractor is parked all the way over there on the entrance, next to the road, so that people passing by might have a look at it and see it, and then hopefully we can get it sold pretty soon. So, other news on the farm, our sheep are still doing absolutely great. As you guys can see, we had some offspring the other day, so yeah, our wool production is definitely getting there. We've already got a full pallet, which I'm stockpiling over there, and as for the strawberries, we've got 3 pallets over there waiting already. So things are looking up, guys. We are definitely getting there. As for the silage, I think we're just going to wait around for those to ferment a little bit longer. I think they should be done, hopefully in time for the next episode, so that we can go and see if we can get those loaded and dropped off. I'm sure our trailer would work pretty well with the, you know, loading and such. Getting everything loaded up onto it with our little trusty old skid steer over there. We can even put a couple of bales on the back of the Chevy C30 if we need to do that as well. But I think this is probably going to be our method of transport for that. And just showing you guys, yeah, we've got the pallet of wool over there, and then the 3 pallets of strawberries, as I said. So, yeah, I guess things are slowly but surely taking shape here on our little farm, guys. So, as you guys may have noticed, we've got 2 contracting jobs to go and take care of today. So the first one, come to think of it, I should have actually, yeah, we're gonna have to move the little quad bike out of here. Alright, so let's get this thing. Whoa, that is reverse. Holy crap. Okay. Alright, should definitely be a little bit more mindful of that when I'm parking this thing, so that I don't leave it in reverse. But alright, there we go. It's just gonna put it over here. And as for the pressure washer, I think we'll just get this tucked in on the side here, because we need to hook up to our cultivator. So we are going to be using our own equipment on field number 4. Now guys, you might wonder where field number 4 is. Well, it's actually the one right next to us, which was a cotton field. So they harvested it, and we are going to be put to task at cultivating it up for them. So we're going to be hooking up to our own cultivator with our beautiful case tractor over here. and see if we can go and knock this job out of the park for them. Alright, I think that should do. So our pressure washer is nice and out of the way, so we should be able to get hooked up to the cultivator now. So let's go ahead and fire this old case tractor of ours up. So yeah, I don't really like just starting to drive the thing, you know, once we get it fired up. Usually they would rather be, you know, just left alone to warm up a bit, but in this case, yeah, we're not gonna do anything intense with it just yet. So just gonna get this cultivator hooked up, and then I think by the time we got this thing hooked up, it should have warmed up enough to start working, and I think we are nice and close, which should be fine. Alright, let's get this thing connected up, and then we're going to head over to field number 4 right next to us over here. Alright, so there we are hooked up to our cultivator, which I think is gonna work pretty well on the field next to us. So it's definitely not the biggest field, and it's also not the smallest. It's kind of actually the field that I would be interested in buying next, guys, once we get the finances for it. So I did do a little bit of queries. The owner of the field said he will be willing to sell it for a total of $50,000, which is going to be quite a bit of money for us to save up for, and then it's going to be a matter of you know, working the field, getting it sorted so that we can actually sow something. So my idea is, if we can secure this field, we can probably plant something like sorghum or wheat, although wheat is going to take a whole lot longer to actually, you know, grow than sorghum, because sorghum is also something that we can actually feed to our chickens. Because as you guys know, I've actually been mentioning this quite a couple of times. We are going to be getting some chickens on the farm, and it's going to produce some eggs for us. So we are definitely going to be doing a little bit of animal farming on our farm. But for now, I think we are ready to tackle this field with our very own little cultivator, guys. So I'm going to send a drone out into the sky so you guys can sit back, relax, and enjoy.
The morning sun breaks through the haze. Roosters crow, starts the days. With calloused hands and feet of clay, a farmer's life ain't built to sway. Plow the field and reap the day. Sweat and toil never stray. A life so hard, yet here we stay. Harvest dreams and golden hay. The crops don't grow by wishful prayer. It's in the dirt we breathe our care. Pulling weeds and mending tears. Hope finds roots in what we dare. Plow the field and reap the day. Sweat and toil never stray. A life so hard, yet here we stay. Harvest dreams in golden hay. Seasons change, but efforts pay. Storms may come, but not dismay. Through the nights and through the gray, hope's harvest waits come break of day. Each dawn's a chance for us to prove that hard work sets this life to move in simple lines and earthy grooves. The farm is always true. Each dawn's a chance for us to prove that hard work sets this life to move. In simple lines and earthy grooves, the farmer's faith is always true.
Alrighty, so there we are, guys. That is the first job for today done and dusted. So I think this little field over here would make a very good little field for us to start our own little arable field in. So I'm gonna definitely try and see if we are gonna be able to get the money together for this piece of land. So I don't know if the farmer has got anything planned for it as such yet further, but yeah, I guess they had us cultivate it so that it could be easier for them to sell it, I guess. Because let's face it, who wants to buy a field that's got a, you know, some harvested corn or cotton, you know, sticks, or I don't really think it's like sticks, it's more like stubs, or yeah, well, I guess you know what I mean. But alright, so that is job done. So we are going to be parking our case tractor now, because we've got a pretty big job, guys, over on field 17, which is actually the field next to Grandma's house, I believe, which is, I think it's a barley field. I don't really know. But I do know that we are going to be able to get some straw off the field as well, which is great. That'll work out pretty well for us, because it means a little bit more money in our pocket. So what we are going to do is we are going to jump into our Chevy C30, but I first want to show you guys what is going on with our grass field over here. So now, if you guys recall, in, I think it was about 2 episodes ago, I actually asked you guys about the fertilizing and the whole roller setup and stuff like that. So it ended up being the wrong roller that we have in order to fertilize the field. And I did a little bit of snooping around, or not really snooping, but, you know, research. And it turns out that there's a very special roller that you need in order to get your grass, well, the fertilizing state of it lifted up a bit. So it turns out that buying a roller like that is going to cost us a little bit more money than what we would like to spend. And we already had the solid fertilizer in our fertilizer spreader, so that is what I went ahead and used over here. So we've got our second layer of fertilizer on the field already. I kind of did that off camera while I was kind of bored and, you know, just trying to see what I could get done. And so there we go. Our grass field is growing, and it is already very close to being ready for the next cut, guys. So pretty soon I think these bales over here should have fermented. Let's just come and have a look at this one real quick. I think it's very close. So I think probably in the next episode we're going to be able to load these up onto our trailer and onto our Chevy C30 and get them dropped off. So this is going to hopefully make us a little bit more money. And speaking of money, we actually did complete a contract, the parsnips, I believe, that we sowed in the last episode, and we got a total of just over $6,000 for that job. And well, we also sold the little roller, I believe, which was I think I can't recall exactly how much we got for it. I think we got $750 for that, but yeah, that thing was just way too small, and we had it repainted. But fortunately, we also managed to get quite a decent deal with Nick when he decided to buy our old car trailer. So yeah, that is kind of how everything worked out. So now we are going to make our way over to field number 17, which is a little bit of a drive, but I think we could probably try and see if we can get to the field from this side. yeah, let's do a little bit of exploring. You know, we don't always have to go out to the main road and drive around there. So I think if we took this road, or we could actually stay off the road here, I think. Let's go this way. Yeah, we'll just turn over here, and then we'll follow this little road over here, and I can already see the equipment in the distance over there, which I think is great. So yeah, looks like we are being supplied with a forage wagon, because I would have come back for the case tractor with the baler if we could maybe bale the straw up after harvesting it, but I think we've got a forage wagon there. Yeah, it looks like it. So here's our equipment, guys. This is a pretty fancy looking John Deere. So yeah, definitely going to hopefully make the job run a whole lot quicker and smoother. So what is this? This is a John Deere S7. Not really sure exactly if that is what it is, but it's an S7 800 by the looks of it. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot else I can tell you about it. I don't really know these modern combine harvesters that well. But we also have got a forage wagon, which, yeah, it's quite a decent size. I believe this might actually be the same one that we used in the past. Looks like it's probably for the same farmer we are doing this job. There's the trailer for the header of the combine, and then we've got our grain trailer. Alright, it's a crump kipper. Okay, no idea how big this thing is, or how much it's going to hold, but I'm pretty sure it'll get the job done. And then we've got the old John Deere 8400 over here again, guys. So yeah, looks like they actually did clean it up a bit for a change, because this tractor used to be always filthy when we came to the, you know, contracting jobs for them. Alright, so I think first things first, we are going to jump into the combine. We're going to get it unfolded, and I just noticed this field is quite badly weed infested, so yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out. Yeah, it's a barley field, so that means we are going to be able to get some straw off the field, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into this thing, get it fired up and sorted out so that we can start harvesting, and then we'll see how it goes. So guys, here we go. Alright, and we are in the John Deere S7, and I think there's nothing to it but to do it as Grandpa always said. So let's go ahead and hit the button for this combine to unfold, and you can see all sorts of things happening back there. Alright, holy moly, yeah, that thing looks like it's quite sizable out there. Alrighty, well guys, I think there's pretty much nothing left for us to do but to get started, so let's get cracking, and you guys can sit back, relax, and enjoy this time lapse once again.
In a small town down a dirt road where the sun caresses the sky, you'll find farmers from all walks of life, sharing dreams that never die. Whether their pockets jingle or are bare, they plow the fields they cherish. Their hands the same, their hearts in tune, with a harvest that won't perish. Rich man's grain or poor man's corn, a masterpiece in every dawn. The sun may set, but hearts remain bound together in a farmer's name. In the morning mist, they rise as one beneath the sprawling sky. With calloused hands and hopeful hearts, they watch the seasons fly. Rich man's grain or poor man's corn, a masterpiece in every dawn. The sun may set, but hearts remain bound together in a farmer's name. that never end. Some patch, a plot of ground. Yet when harvest time rolls around, they share the same sweet sound. Rich man's grain or poor man's corn, a masterpiece in every dawn. The sun may set, but hearts remain bound together in a farmer's name. Bound together in a farmer's name. Some have fields that never end. Some patch, a plot of ground. Yet when harvest time rolls around, they share the same sweet sound.
Alrighty, and just like that, the field has been completely harvested, guys. And I must say, this John Deere S7 is a true beast, guys. This thing actually knocked this job out of the park without any problems. So yeah, maybe one day we can own something like this or similar to this. Because yeah, that would be a very ideal end game type of machine, if you ask me, guys. So right now what we need to do is we need to go and jump into the John Deere tractor over there and go and drop this off over at the supermarket. They did give me some explicit directions to where I need to go and drop this off, so I just got to be mindful of that and make sure we go and just deliver this at the right spot, guys. So let's go and do this real quick, and then we're going to come back here and collect some straw, which is going to be sold over at the animal dealer. So yeah, the farmer has arranged with Katie already, so she's going to be buying the straw off of us. And yeah, everybody wins that way, guys. The farmer's getting a nice and clean field, and we're also getting a little bit of extra money in our pocket by selling all of the straw. And we're also going to be driving past Grandma's house yet again. Yeah, she's definitely cracking on with those tailor jobs. And I see the guys are definitely picking up the packages and, you know, everything being dropped off for her, which is great. It means we don't have to do that anymore. We might have to go and do the odd delivery now and then for her on the days which the guys aren't going to be able to get to her, but you know how it goes. Alright, but right now we're going to make our way over to the supermarket, guys, so I'll catch up to you once we get there and see if we can go and drop this barley off that we just harvested. Alright, so here we are over at the supermarket, and I think I'll probably have to come and check with Roger where exactly he wants us to drop this stuff, the barley off. I've got no idea exactly where to go, so I'm just going to park up here in my old trusty spot where I usually do all of the you know, deliveries for the supermarket. And then we're going to find out where exactly they want this, guys. So I'll be back in a moment once I figure this all out, and then we're going to head back to the field again. Alrighty, guys, so there we go. That is job done. We dropped off all of the barley for them, and yeah, so we just came to park over here, guys, because there's a whole lot of stuff going on around the back there. So there wasn't really space for us to leave the tractor there. But okay, here we are, and we made a total of $2,499 extra in our pocket, just because we yielded a little bit extra barley off the field, guys. So that is how it works out, and I'm quite happy about that. So right now I'm going to make my way back to the field and see if we can get this grain trailer disconnected and connect up to the big old forage wagon, so that we can get that straw removed off of the field for the farmer. So here we go. Alright, so here we are, guys, and we are ready to try and see if we can get this grain trailer disconnected from the tractor here. And then we're gonna hook up to the old forage wagon over there and just see how things are gonna work out. I think we've got enough space there. Yeah, alright. Let's get this sorted and hook up to the forage wagon, guys. Alright, that is looking pretty good. So the trailer is disconnected and we are ready to go over to the forage wagon up ahead and just get this thing hooked up. And I'll actually park the combine a little bit further back so that we can have space to start picking up the straw over here and hopefully not run into issues, although there's very limited space here, but we're going to see how this is going to work out. Alright, let's get this thing lined up and hooked up, and then we're going to be ready to go. Alright, I think that is good enough. We've got it hooked up and everything looks pretty good, guys. So we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a test run here real quick before we send the drone out. So once again, let's line up for this maybe over here, and then we're going to turn it on. Alright, let's see. There we go. That is on, and then we lower it, and I think it's going to be as simple as just driving over the straw. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're picking it up and it's going into our forage wagon. I think this is going to take hopefully not too long. I've got no idea how many loads of straw we're going to get off this field. Probably quite a bit. I don't know if it's going to be more than one trailer, but I guess we'll figure this out and see how it works out, guys. So right, what I think we're going to do, we're just going to get up to the end of the field over here. Then I'm quickly going to send the drone out into the sky for you guys. But yes, this thing is actually doing an amazing job. I actually love this whole John Deere. There we are. Alright, a little bit further, and that is looking good. Alright guys, so let's get the drone in the sky and see if we can knock this job out of the park once again.
There's a new farmer in town, his name is Joe. Bought himself a piece of land with dreams to sow. He don't know all the tricks, but he's giving it a go. With heart and hope in his hand, he's ready to grow. Down at the hardware store, he's like a fish out of water, asking what he needs for the field's fodder. The old-timers grin, watching him learn. But Joe's got fire in his eyes and a will that burns. He's got a rusty old tractor, but he keeps it running, plowing fields at dawn till the day is done. The folks laugh and whisper he don't have a clue, but Joe just smiles, says, I'm doing this for you. Sun up to sundown, he's working the land, with tired eyes and calloused hands. Every furrow he plants, every bale he stacks, he's building a future and never looking back. Sometimes he's got doubts, sometimes he's feeling low, but the stars in the sky, they whisper soft and slow. Hard work's a virtue, the harvest will show. Keep your head up high, let the good seeds grow. He's got a rusty old tractor, but he keeps it running, plowing fields at dawn till the day is done. The folks laugh and whisper he don't have a clue. Joe just smiles, says, I'm doing this for you. Sometimes he's got doubts, sometimes he's feeling low. But the stars in the sky, they whisper soft and slow. Hard work's a virtue, the harvest will show. Keep your head up high and let the good seeds grow. He's got a rusty old tractor, but he keeps it running, plowing fields at dawn till the day is done. And the folks laugh and whisper, he don't have a clue, but Joe just smiles, says, I'm doing this for you.
Alright, so there we are. We've got one trailer load full of straw ready to go over to the animal dealer, as I mentioned before, guys. So yeah, this is going to be quite a decent amount of money, hopefully. I don't know how many liters we've got back there, but it's quite a bit, actually, judging by the size of this forage wagon that we've got behind us. So let's hit the road and get over to the animal dealer, guys, and I'll catch up to you once we get there. Alrighty, guys, so we are over at the animal dealer, and just like before, we are going to be probably dropping the straw off right over here somewhere, and just see if we can get a little bit of money for this delivery. So let me quickly go and see if I can find somebody who's going to take the straw off my hands yet again today. Alright, so there we go. They paid us a total of $2,000 for that straw, guys. So yeah, nice and round number. So I don't know what's up with that, but we are going to head back to the field and go and pick up the rest of the straw and see how much they're going to give us for that. So yeah, I don't know exactly how they calculate these things always, guys. It's kind of very random, and I think also the market prices, you know, differ different times of the year depending on how much in demand straw is. But I think in general, straw isn't really a very high paying, you know, yield. It's kind of like a byproduct, if you know what I mean, of a field usually. So let's get back to the field and go and pick up the rest of the straw so that we can get this field cleared up for the farmer. So I'll catch up to you guys once we get there once again. Alrighty, guys, so we are back at the field, and I think we are going to just dive straight into it again and continue with our time lapse and just see how everything's gonna work out. Let's get this thing turned on again and lowered down. just like that, and here we go. So let's do this real quick and get this all sorted out so that we can go and drop off the rest of the straw. I don't think we're gonna get that much. So yeah guys, back to the time lapse. Here we go.
Up before the rooster, boots already on. 20 acres waiting, work won't wait that long. Feed the hungry cattle, fix that broken gate. When there's work that needs doing, I don't hesitate. Ain't no task too tall, ain't no job too small. I tackle every challenge, answer every call. Been raised up right on this patch of land. Ain't no task too tall for this farming man. Tractor needs attention, belt's about to snap. Quick wrench turn and pivot, got no time to nap. Hay's ready for baling, storm clouds rolling in. Racing with the weather, betting that I'll win. Ain't no task too tall, ain't no job too small. I tackle every challenge, answer every call. Been raised up right on this patch of land. Ain't no task too tall for this farming man. Daddy always told me, so here's what you need to know. A farm don't run on maybe, it runs on get up and go. So I learned to move like lightning, think quick on my feet. Cause every day's a challenge, but giving up needs defeat. Fence line needs mending, Southfield needs to plow. Barn root's got a leak, but I know just how. Sun's beating down hard, but I won't slow down. Got a reputation as the fastest hand in town. It's too tall, ain't no job too small. I tackle every challenge, answer every call. Been raised up right on this patch of land. Ain't no task too tall for this farming man. Ain't no task too tall for this farming man. Ain't no task too tall for this farming man.
Alrighty, so there we go guys, that is job done. So we dropped off the second batch of straw, and this time they paid us a little bit more. So I don't know how they calculated that, but it looks like yeah, things are sometimes a little bit weird with their scale over here. Because that combine, or well, that forage wagon wasn't really full, but we got a little bit more money for it. I don't know, might have to talk to Katie about it guys, and just check with her what's going on about that. But alright, you know what, for now I'm not gonna worry about it, because we need to get our tractor over here back to the field so that we can go and pick up our Chevy C30. And I think guys, that is pretty much a very good spot for us to end today's episode. We did quite a bit of work, mostly contract work, and I'm pretty sure the amount of money that we're going to earn from the job would be enough for us to at least, you know, make another very big decision guys, whether we are going to pay a little bit more off on the loan, or whether we are going to invest in maybe getting a second piece of land. So yeah, there's a whole lot of things I'm gonna have to consider here and just think about. Hopefully pretty soon the Fiat tractor will also be sold, and then we can get a little bit more money to spend on the next piece of land that we are trying to acquire for ourselves, guys. So I don't know, it's just gonna be a matter of time and see how everything's going to work out. So but yes, I think on that note it is going to be a wrap for today's episode. So thank you once again for tuning in. I really appreciate every view, every like. And yes, don't forget to give us that thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. And also, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. And then, guys, until the next time, cheerio for now.